Welcome to the lesson video for lesson 15, found in the Mayron Cole Piano Method Level 1. This will encompass pages 121 to 128. And we're going to start off by introducing the bass A. So if you remember back a couple lessons ago, we talked about bass B, who sits as big behind on the bass staff. Now we're going to go one note lower, and the A sits on the first line. So the B sits on top of the staff, A is on the first line. So what we're going to do down here is we're going to do our lines connecting the notes to the keys, and then we are going to draw in the letter names down here. So we're going to start off with our lines first. I'm going to grab my line here. So next one is B. Next up, we've got A again, and then we've got middle C, and then F, and then E, and then D, and then we'll finish up with G here. Now we're going to go ahead and fill those in. So I'm going to grab my tool here, my pen. Oh, that's B. I almost wrote G there. Then we'll write A. That's a fancy looking B though. All right, C, and then F, and then E, and then D, and then G. Okay, go ahead and feel free to pause the video right there if you'd like to get that filled in, but we're going to go ahead and move on here. Our next page here, we've got a mystery message, so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so that way we could see everything here. And then we're going to start off with the top row here and then work our way down. So after we get done with the notes in the top row, then we'll pause, read it, and then continue on with the second row. So first letter here we have is E, and then C, and then we have D, and then B, E, G, there's a lot here, A, and then N, and then we have two B's right there. So first we have the cool wind began to blow, brown. Let's continue on and see what it says. First off, we have E, and then A, and then E again, and then F, and then E, and then D. Going on, we have E, and then A, and then A, and then you guessed it, another A. So continuing on from the last, from the top line here, brown leaves filled the air at last. Okay, and then we have a comma. So now let's jump back, jump down here to the last line. So then we have B, E, A, and then F, and then A, and then two E's here at the end. So the last line says, beautiful autumn wash was here. I combined the S and the H there. So altogether we have the cool wind began to blow, brown leaves filled the air, at last, beautiful autumn was here. Okay, so feel free to pause the video right there if you want to get that filled in, but we're going to go ahead and move on. I'll clear all that out. Next, we have a fun sheet here before our next song called Hot Summer Day. So we'll zoom in and fill this out together here. Grab my pen again. So letter A, the fermata would be number 3, means to hold down the key a little bit longer. B, the tie hold, that's going to be number 4. So it's the curved line that connects two of the same notes together. C, bar line is going to be number 1. D is the finger number, so this one might be a little easy. It's the fingers that we're going to take a look at. And then E, the accent mark. A little sideways A there. So altogether we should have 3, 4, 1, 5, and 2. And again, here, feel free to pause the video and get those answers filled in, and then we're going to go ahead and move on. All right, let's continue on here. Next up, we have the song Hot Summer Day. We will have the song linked in the description below. That way you can play along with it. And then we have another fun sheet here. So we're going to kind of chop this one in half. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 first. And then we're going to look at the rest of the page here. I'm going to grab my pen again. Number 1, there are two tie holds in night music. So you can turn to night music and circle those. We're going to go ahead and move on to number 2 here. A tie hold. Tie hold means to strike the key and keep holding down the key for the number of the combined counts of the tied notes. Yes or no? That is a yes. Okay, number 3, add these tie holds. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at this little staff down here, and we're going to add the notes in together. So we've got a dotted half note, a 3-beat note, and then another dotted half note, another 3 beats. Together, that is 6. And then right here, we have a half note, 2 beats, tied to a quarter note, 1 beat. So that would be 3 altogether. And then we have a dotted half note, 3 beats, plus 2 beats. So for the half note, so that's 5. And then we have a whole note, 4 beats, tied to a quarter note for 1 beat. And that is going to be worth 5 beats as well. Okay, go ahead and pause the video to get caught up there, and then we'll move on. All right, let's keep going here down to the rest of the page. So number 4, right here, number 4. Morning music ends with these 2 notes played at the same time. So we're going to look right here. What are the letter names of those notes? So one of them you just learned. That's going to be A and C. Next, this on number 5 is an accent or a pedal mark. It tells you to play the key a little harder or softer. So this is an accent mark, and it tells you to play the key a little harder right there. Then, which hand plays night music and morning music? Is it left or right? So if you want to look at your book real quick and take a look at that, you can, or you can just watch here. So it's the left hand. So just like on hot summer day, when you get to playing that, that is going to be with the left hand there. So go ahead, you feel free to pause the video to get caught up there, and then we'll go ahead and move on. Okay, moving right along here. So next up, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. We have night music again. It is the same notes as hot summer day, so A, B, and C. And then again here, morning music, another left-hand song, A, B, and C that you're going to play there. Then last page of the lesson here, we've got another mystery message that we're going to fill out here. I'm going to try to get that, zoom out just a touch more. There we go. Okay, so now, just like what we did with the last one, we're going to fill in each row together. All right, so first of all, we start off with E, and then C, and then E. There we go. That one's a little bit smaller. And then A. Next up is D. And then soon, we don't have to worry about that word, C, and then A. So the first line reads, the moon comes out and soon you can. So let's continue on. Let's see what we can soon can. E. And then next is A. Next is E. Next is G. Then next is D. And then F. And then E. And then G, E, A. So this line reads, hear the night sounds of the great. Let's continue on here. Starting off, we have E and then D, and then E, and then G, and then E, C, E. All right, so let's read this all together. The moon comes out, and soon you can hear the night sounds of the great horned owl. Later, the morning sun welcomes the sound of the crowing rooster. So again, feel free to pause right there if you need to get caught up. But that is the end of the video here for lesson 15 from the Mayron Cole Piano Method Level. Piano Method Level 1. Feel free to rewind and review any material that you need to from the book. But that is going to conclude the video for lesson 15.